ready to turn for home, leading by about a length and a half on the far outside. Moving up into second now is He Spooks, He Scores. We're at the top of the stretch. He Spooks, He Scores coming after Templeton, coming through the stretch. Templeton trying to get there. He Spooks, He Scores. He Spooks, He Scores, gets up. Templeton and Mucho Macho, 159.
He Spooks, He Scores, who is new to the Lee Luthen stable, hit the goal a half length ahead of his competitors, finishing first in 159 flat. The 4-year-old trotter is owned by LCT Stable and paid a nice price of almost $35 to win. In the driver's seat was Corey Callahan, who we caught up with in this Heather on the Spot segment. Tell me about the race, because I think this is only your second time driving him, and he was big odds.
Yeah, you know, the week before, actually, the girl was checking me up, and she said, hey, Bruce said to wait from the winner's circle. And, you know, I got away in a spot. I wanted to be in the 2-hole. I ended up in the 3-hole, and I just sat in. But when I shook loose, like, he trotted home a really good last quarter to be third. So the next week, she told me the same thing. She said, Bruce said to make sure you wave to him from the winner's circle. So, you know, I got in a position where I could, you know, get out and have him moving. And he made a big move and you know, just to get up to beat Victor there in the end. So it was a good race.
Now, of course, the horse has a hockey-like name, and you have a history with hockey. Started as a little tyke, and then kind of a big deal at University of Kentucky. So yeah. Tell me about your history with the sport.
Oh yeah, I'm still banging it around in the beer league. Listen, we got the championship. Oh no, maybe yeah, it is the championship on Sunday night, 8:30, Patriot Ice Center. Be there. It should be a doozy. Just kidding. but no. So I've played forever. You know, my kids are playing now. So it is. I love the name of that horse. Like, he spooks, he scores. You know, so it's cool.
Did you have any like pre-game rituals for hockey, or actually for driving? Music you got to listen to, foods you got to eat?
No, not really. I mean, you know, there's always some good music going on in the locker room, like before games and stuff, you know, to get yourself fired up. But you know, then you go out you take the ice, and it's like, I don't know, for me it was always the national anthem. Like, when that national anthem played and you're standing there on the blue line, and you're like, all right, like, it's go time. So yeah, it's kind of the same now with racing. We have the national anthem, and then it's time to, you know, put on your hard hat and go to work.
Okay, so Stanley Cup time, well, the playoffs are now, and the actual finals are in June, is that right?
I believe so, yes.
Okay,
yeah,
all right.
we got a lot of hockey. It's my favorite time of the year. Like, as soon as the races are over, I'm just like heading home and sitting on the couch and watching playoff hockey.
Wow, we are going to test your knowledge. Now, this one I even know, so I know you know it. What player holds 61 NHL records, including the most career goals with 894?
That would be the great one, Wayne Gretzky.
Yay! What team has the most Stanley Cups, and how many?
Ooh, it would be probably one of the original 6. So, oh God, Toronto Maple Leafs?
Oh my God, I thought you would know this for sure.
Boston Bruins?
No.
Darn. I don't know.
The Montreal Canadiens?
The Canadiens, one of the original 6. They're so bad nowadays, I always forget about them. That's for you, Yannick.
For 24 titles, by the way.
24?
Yes,
Jeez.
yes. And your final one is actually multiple choice. So the Stanley Cup is the oldest trophy in professional sports. Now, the first year it was awarded was 1927, 1601, or 1893.
Let's go with the 1800 one.
Yes, very good. Have you ever held the Stanley Cup?
I have held the Stanley Cup. It's really
great.
cool. It was at our home rink one time when I was, I don't know, I was probably in my 20s at the time. And there's, you know, you don't really get to hold it up like this, but, you know, you could just stand there and take pictures with it and kiss the cup. And of course, I've been on trips to, the first time I went to Canada to drive Mr. Wiggles, I made sure to go to the Hockey Hall of Fame. So I got to see it there too, which is cool.
I have two. So I'm going to show you a picture. Hold on. Here.
Yes, there it is.
Yes.
Look at that.
There
Where was it?
is.
At the Meadowlands?
Yes, at the Meadowlands. Yep.
When the Devils won.
When the Devils won. And I'm showing this just so I can go up like 10 meters on your cool status.
Nice.
Now, yeah.
You just went way up.
Yeah. Now we're gonna wrap this up on a harness racing note. Let's real quick talk about Majorca. She has come back. She had a couple months off, second the first time out, but then just won the hard way.
Yeah, you know, I mean, Majorca's been an unbelievable mare. Like, if you saw her, actually, I was coming back from the winter circle yesterday, and Timmy Torber was there, and I said, I wish I was just half as good looking as this mare is. Like, she is beautiful in the flesh, and she's got an unbelievable stride. She was having problems where she was getting on the left line, and we couldn't really figure out what the problem was. Dylan was sending her to every vet he could, and nobody could ever really find anything. And this last trip to, I believe, New Bolton, they found that she had like left hock that was bothering her. So since they've started working on that, she seems to be back to her old self, which is good. So, you know, it's going to be something for him to stay on top of maintenance-wise. But man, she's a really fun horse to drive. So I'm glad we finally got it figured out.
All right. Well, that concludes our Standard Breds and Stanley Cup edition with Corey Callahan.
All right.
So thanks, Corey, for being on Post Time.
Thank you. Anytime.